Okay, so recording POV Savage Venom. Really cool guy. He's Diamond 5. We played a little bit of matchmaking together. Got him into some Onyx lobbies and got his feet wet there. I think he actually plays like at an Onyx level. Wanted to take a look at some of his gameplay, give some thoughts on how he played. As far as like comms and everything in the chat, he's doing really well. I think he gives directions really well. He really points out what he's shooting at and where he's looking. So all that's good. I think just some minor mechanical things. This was an oddball that we played. Um, and this was like the only match that we lost the whole night. We played a few. So taking a look. First thing, this is good. Like all your teammates are heading in the other direction, so you're kind of the weak side guy. Got a strong side pushing towards B, and then you're just supporting that push. So anybody who comes, you want to get shots on them. You also want to be wary that you have no help on purple side. So really good damage here. I would say as soon as I got that damage, especially if you see your icon of your teammate and also if Creeper's talking, you can look bottom mid. You can also just fly forward. Like we got a kill. We got a teammate weak. We got another teammate in a fight. It's definitely fight time. It's time to not really be doing this, right? Like, this is too slow for me. I think we're checking a corner because we don't know if anybody's coming this way, but I would say just go B stairs. Like, drop out and go front and get to your teammates as quick as possible. Because now, Rotten dies. Obviously, I'm fighting over there. Creeper's fighting. And we're doing our best. We got a kill. So it's still a 2v3. Rotten just spawned, and obviously the guy spawned at C. I'd say spend a little bit too much time meleeing here too. Probably want to just be pretty decisive and start rolling the ball. But I think just grabbing the ball in general here is a little too early. If you go up, fight with us, we get full control of the map, then we can think about grabbing the ball. Okay, so you spawn, 2 teammates are dead, your teammates cross map, that means there's people between you. Or there's obviously people just on top of me, so probably linking up with me is not going to happen, so I would just kind of wait around here, see what I can do, just a little poke damage if you can finish my damage. If not, nothing to do until your teammates spawn. Now they're up and you're moving with them, so this is really good. Like no hesitation, just like this is really good timing. Also good that you didn't turn and start shooting at that guy because he's never going to die, even though Rotten is there, so maybe you can argue that he'll die. But this is good. Like, get 2 people looking at the same guy. This should be a kill for us. I would say with him shooting, I would even jiggle a little bit out here. I know you're kind of jumping, but I would have been fine with you. Just a little bit of jiggling to fight with him. Either way, got your shields back. He's rerouting. Push forward because, yeah, your team's collapsing now. Good damage, and yeah, just continue the collapse. We know where the ball's at. He's in PD, so you got to remember that. Do a good job cleaning that up, and then like as soon as I see Creeper jumping that way, I'm just thinking about the PD guy, and I think timing was just slightly off, and catch a weird timing, but you trade it out, so great play. Nothing to complain about there. We got ball out of it. We're getting into A, and hopefully we'll have teammates, and unfortunately you spawn on the other side of the map, which means we're getting pushed. Here, 2 teammates alive, we have ball. I'm just getting front C as fast as possible and seeing what I can do. If this is open, then I'm just running up the map, which is pretty much what you're doing. I wouldn't even have turned this way, just kept going straight, but this is fine. It's not a bad play. Again, you and Creeper are kind of working this lane together. That's good. Creeper's on up there. I'm just getting up there with him. Like, this is not good because he's dead, I'm dead, Creeper's here, no one is over here to finish this guy. So if he backs up like he should at this level, you're never going to kill him. So it's kind of wasted damage. Also, just when you're 2 alive, I think the best thing to do is just get as close together with your teammate as possible, because the only chance we have of making something happen is to fight together. So now you're 1 shot, you can't help him, and he's going to trade out, which means if you were there with him, you guys could have fought together and hopefully wouldn't have traded out, and then you could just live back A. So you got a teammate that spawned with you, and you see when I spawned, I've just pushed up the map. I'm getting to you guys because this is where the action's at. They're rotating. I think this is, again, still fine. You can argue that I need to be backing up now because you guys are the 3 on this side, but either way, we should be collapsing. I think, knowing that we just killed one a second ago, there's a chance that they spawned in C. In this case, they didn't, but I'm probably just cutting map here again, trying to get to the ball quickly. I think, again, that kind of damage, it's unfortunately useless in this case because there's nothing that you can really do with it. There's no one over there that's going to be able to kill that guy. Backing up here, reacting to a call out, I think that's fine. Good kill. Really good damage here. Like, you just open the map up and yeah, you see what I'm doing. You should be just flying forward now. So good. Creeper also got another kill, so there's 3 down. I would be getting out B as fast as possible and say, hey, I'm blocking B. I might even get into PD if I could to force them to spawn cafe so that we get them into a corner of the map. I think going back this way, you're leaving the entire side of the map for them to open to spawn, and then they can just, you know, set up a push from any angle. Now Rotten's alive, so I'd argue he has the B side. You can either set front trash and like look mid, or you can reroute bottom C. You can do something else on the map. You don't, yeah, so this is fine. Getting a different angle. I think Rotten's trying to block spawns, but he's too late. They're already spawned up. I'd say this is like too passive of an angle, and you're leaving yourself exposed to B stairs. Like, there's no one there to fight B stairs for you. And all of the action is just happening over here. So just kind of taking yourself out of the play a little bit. I know you're, again, thought here is, hey, I'm watching the weak side, but I feel like in cases like this where the fight is already going on, I would rather just be in the fight and just know that there may be a flank coming and we got to be faster than the flank. This is good damage. They're 3 down again, so this is all good. And you just catch a really bad timing. Another benefit of just going forward, though, is you just never run into that guy. So even if he gets back here, if you're forward with your team and he starts shooting Creeper in the back, then we can figure out what to do with him later. Cool. So yeah, you've got a teammate alive. You can connect with him. I would not be looking this way. I would be trying to get with me at this point, especially with 2 people down. I think the idea is, hey, let's keep him off the ball, but yeah, and obviously I'm solo, which is not great, but if we were together, this might work out better. So just fighting from bottom mid here, you get a kill, but you probably should have never got that. That guy should have definitely backed up. And yeah, I would just say in danger zones, don't spend a whole lot of time looking at crosses. Like, get into a safe area, and then if you need to look at a cross, you can. But whenever in your like these danger areas, it's really hard to stand and look, because if guys pop out, you're pretty much just dead here. There's not much you can do. Maybe we're thinking about a call out B stairs, not sure, can't remember. And now you're just kind of in an isolated fight. I would say try to slide and live. You have a teammate here. I don't know, again, if that was being calmed, can't remember, but just taking straight up 1v1s is kind of a coin toss. Obviously, also with you fighting up levels where you're a lower rank, it's harder. So you want to make a more routine play and just live through the fight, let your teammate clean it up, trust them, and then just reroute and fight again. So 2 dead. Again, first thing I do is always just go to the living teammate, unless there's something really immediate that I can call out. I'd say you can get a little bit further up the map. Like, if they were here, they'd be shooting at Creeper first, so you should feel pretty comfortable to get up to like pillars or something. The slight hesitation is obviously letting them put more pressure on you, but good live out of it. They're getting close to winning this round. It's going to be really tough either way. Not really much to say about that play. Round's just kind of over at this point. We get two dead, but it's going to be really hard. And yeah, just no hesitation here. Like, it's 94 seconds. Camo's coming up, so you can argue to go play for it, but all they have to do is touch this ball and the round's over. So even if we get camo, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of, I'd argue, already lost, but playing for camo is kind of hard in this situation too, because there's just anytime if anyone gets into this ball and the round is over, Rotten's doing what he can to at least try to keep them off the ball, and that's what I would argue that you should be doing as well, is just getting up the map. But again, what can we do at this point? Yeah, and like maybe if you're in there with him, you guys can trade out one, and then maybe you can trade out the second, but round over at this point. So this is good. I think taking Heaven is great, like off spawn. You get free damage, you get like a long range sightline, and like you can give them a lot of damage, and you can always just drop and back up. I would say right now, after I've been shot back at, I would be dropping off because I feel like there's going to be more pressure coming, but staying a little long is just a little risky. Obviously, you get one shot. I think like you did max damage. You got two people one shot off of that, but you could argue that you could have got the one guy one shot, lived, got MPD, and like rerouted. Maybe checked the caution door or went back a door and lived. Would have been a longer, more productive life, I would argue, but not bad, just not great. So yeah, here camo's coming up. I mean, the game's just telling you what to do. Like, look at camo off spawn. Guy comes down driveway. I would say this happens in a second because I've watched this already. Just careful of your sight lines. Like, if I'm shooting this way, I'm really cautious of where else I'm exposing myself. So I'm either behind this door or in front of it. I don't want to be standing right on the door where someone could push down and shoot at me. Just try to isolate whatever angle that you're fighting at. So if I'm here and I want to fight this way, I'm going to stand on this side of the pillar. And if I'm, fighting B, I'm going to try to isolate my angle. Just use the objects around you in the environment to make sure that whatever you're shooting at is the only thing that's being shot at. You can't get surprised, caught off guard by an angle that you don't have a teammate watching for you. Okay, yeah, not much to do here. Two dead. You could argue that you hold this side and make sure that they can't pinch us off spawn. You could argue you could try to get to Rotten since he's still alive, but it's really hard. And yeah, at this point, since you're already chipped damage, I think just living here is the best idea. As soon as I hear my teammate shooting here, especially if I'm calling out, I would slide out and at least see if I can get a shot in, which you kind of do. It's just a little late. If you were like a second earlier, probably a little bit better. The other thing too, Ball is here. They want us to fight these fights, and in Oddball, this is like a classic thing that happens in matchmaking all the time, where everyone's just fighting this direction, and meanwhile this guy is winning the game, and that's the only thing that matters. And you'll notice, like, we got that kill, I'm gone. I don't care. You see, I'm not thinking about this at all. If this guy's here, then he's just not in this play down at C, which is what matters. So if we both go that way, we're going to kill this guy, and we're going to have the ball, and we're going to be starting a setup. But going back this way and fighting him, which you do an absolutely great job of just melting him, which is crazy. It shows the gun skill that you have. But this kill doesn't really matter. And it really wouldn't matter if I was back here with you, because if we were both standing here and we killed him, then he's going to spawn with his teammate. Since I'm at least in C, we're blocking C, and he's not going to be able to spawn there. But if more people do that, then you're just giving the ball guy more of an advantage. Either way, the collapse works. We get kills. I get to see and block the spawns. I would say here, like, first thing I do when I grab that ball is try to get top C. I know we're getting shot at over there, but we have two teammates. Like, either throw the ball up to C, up to Ivy with us, or take it yourself. Also, here's another thing where, like, you're trying to fight this cross, but you're going to get shot from this direction. If you were just hugging this wall, like inside the wall, this guy never sees you. Maybe he sees your gun firing, but at this level, probably not. Instead, you're going to take a massive amount of damage on the side. And now we're in like a desperation hold situation, which, yeah, just dropping the ball is probably for the best here. And yeah, we're just in no man's land trying to fight for the ball here. Really nothing mechanically there, it's just unfortunate timing. But if we got into C earlier, this might have worked out better for us. Still kind of making it scrappy. And yeah, two teammates alive. I guess one teammate alive now. You're probably never getting to him. I'd argue throwing your grenades here is kind of alerting them to, like, hey, this is the direction we're coming from. So you could say, maybe I shouldn't throw my grenades here. Maybe you're trying to pick up on a call out, but it's kind of like hope Halo. Like, you're just hoping someone's there, and it's not necessarily going to happen. And yeah, like here, as you see, spawn up, you two just hit this route and just get into C as quick as possible. This looks really good. We should break this here. I think this is too passive. I know the idea is maybe let's clear out Ivy, make sure nobody's there. Once he's rotating, I don't even care if anybody's here. Just go front C with your teammate, shoot him, kill him, and then if there's somebody here, you guys can turn around and kill him together. It's a little slow and it just takes you out of the play for a second. So the higher level that you get, really a lot of things just come down to timing, like just being in the fights more often. And yeah, just kind of get caught off guard here, shoot a little bit too much of a cross, take too much damage on the cross, and then you're one shot. But yep. So this is good. Just go straight to your teammate. I wouldn't even hesitate here. The jump kind of takes you out of the play for a second, but just get up the map with Rotten. So this looks good. We got 3 going one direction. We got me taking the off angle, and yeah, this is great. We should break this pretty easily. Good job to look at your teammates, and yeah, so they're all dead now. I think the first guy just spawned. I'm not even jumping back this way. I'm just heading to B, and if you fight that guy one-on-one and trade him out, then that is awesome. If you don't, if he's not there, then you're at least blocking B and they can't spawn B. So again, more of the passive angle. Also, just looking in this direction, you're guaranteeing like a one-on-one fight. You're not, you know, holding a cross for your team, like looking cross map and getting a guy weak. And again, the thing I talked about earlier, the B stairs guys are now just able to get to you for free because this is kind of a passive angle. Cool. So spawn cafe. Yeah, just get up map quick. Again, this is kind of fine. You get a lot of damage on him, and I should clean him up. As soon as we get that kill, again, I'm thinking maybe cutting map. I'm thinking of at least getting bottom C very quickly. Like, not going to look balcony. I'm going to just try to get there, and you do, so that's good. Take a lot of nade damage. I would say we just got like 3 kills, so even if you take the nade damage, I'm just setting the stairs behind my teammates. They're going to take the damage, so no one's going to approach you that way. Setting here is kind of risky because we have no idea if somebody spawned cafe and can come down purple, you die. But you do have teammates over here, so you know you're safe to that side. Camo is coming up too, though, so you could argue you're playing for it. And you do get it. Yeah, which is fine to burn it, but I think getting to B and then rerouting with your teammates probably could have worked out better here, because I think basically at this point the round's just over. There's not much to do. Yeah, so guarantee that kill. Another guy spawns bottom C. There's just not a lot to talk about for the end of this game. So, as I said, really good from you overall. Obviously fighting up levels a bit, even though I think rank's a little bit misleading. You'll be in Onyx very soon. Big takeaways from me would be just simply making sure that you're in fights quicker, like when we have numbers. So when you're at advantage, it's not time to sit still or look for really slow fights, kind of reroute, check corners. It's time to get into the fight with your teammates, especially if they're already shooting their guns. Same thing with pushing. And then the other thing is just angle isolation, understanding where am I being exposed and making sure that you're blocking off, you know, shots from areas that you don't want to be shot at. It's not just about who's shooting you in the front, it's about who could potentially be shooting you from the sides. We're doing the best that we can to kind of keep this scrappy now, but yeah, this is unfortunately over. This is fine. Again, get up the map as fast as possible. Unfortunately, you're going to get caught by this guy, but at least you got a kill out of it. Holy cow. Like, this kind of gun skill shows that you have the ability to be an Onyx. Like, that's crazy. You killed that guy and then turn around and kill another guy. Unfortunately, though, it's too late. So either way, good games, all of them, not just this one. I think you did a really good job the whole night. So hopefully play some more and do some more of this review. So thanks.